So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. In this video we are going to create this camera animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. We are going to be doing this in two ways. One of them is going to be with the actual camera tool in Adobe Animate, and other way is going to be with just scale and moving this. And I'm going to show you how you can create this with the vector, or how you can create this with the JPEG. One thing that I want to say is that this is like an HTML5 animated banner, but in this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can prepare this banner for the Google Ads, because there are additional steps, but I am going to provide the link in the description where I am talking about it. So yeah, this is it, and right now we can start. Alright, so right now I am on the site Freepik, and I am going to put the link in the description. And I am also going to provide you the Illustrator file that I am going to create right now. And I will also provide you the JPEG in case that you are going to have some kind of issue with the Illustrator file. One thing that I want to mention is that if you want to use this commercially, you will have to attribute the author or go premium, but it's very cheap. And the same thing is with the file that I'm going to provide you. It's like I don't own it, so I am just going to provide you this to make this a little bit more simple. But yeah, all you need to do is click download, then go with free download, and then save this. I will hit cancel because I already saved this, and I will go to the place where I have my zip file like so, and I will just right click, I will choose extract here, and I'm going to double click on this AI or on the IPS file, and it is going to open me this in Adobe Illustrator with some kind of warning about the missing fonts, but I don't mind, so I am just going to hit close. Now I am going to create new document, so Ctrl N, Command N, or you can go File New. And I will go with the option for the web, and I will go with the size, which is 600 by 400. You can choose any size, but I will go with this one. So yeah, I want this to be pixels, RGB 72, so it should be like a default, and I am just going to click create. Now if I click on this, I can see that these things are separated. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select everything like so, and yeah. Before of that, if you do not like, for example, the text, we can get rid of the text and you can create your own text, but that's optional. But I am just going to select everything, and I will go with Ctrl G, or you can right click and choose group. And right now when this is all going to be connected, we can drag it to the new document that we have created like so, and yeah. Now if I want, I can align this, so I can click on this, I can go to the align. If you cannot see align or anything, you can go to the window and you can get it. And I will just go to the align to the artboard, and I will align this horizontally, and I will align this vertically. Let me go one more time, align to the artboard. Like so and like so, okay, but you can eyeball this if you want. And now I am just going to scale this down with the shift to stay proportional, and alt or option to go from the center, so maybe something like this, okay. I am going to leave a little bit space around like so, so you do not want to have this like so, okay. Now we can have everything in one layer, so I am just going to save this, Ctrl S, and as I said, I am going to provide you this. So yeah, I will just create a folder which I am going to call to be Illustrator, and I am just going to call this to be Christmas or anything, and I am just going to click save. And in here I do not need to change anything, so I am just going to click OK. Now I will go to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to create a new document, Ctrl N, Command N, and I will go with the same width and height, so I will go with 600 by 400. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, frame rate is fine as a default, 24, and I am just going to click create. And now I will go to the place where I saved my Illustrator file, and I am just going to drag it in here like so. In here, I do not need to change anything. There is like option place object at the original position. Yeah, import as a single bitmap image. Yeah, that's it's one image anyway. So we do not need to change anything, and I'm just going to click import, and yeah. We are going to have some kind of warning about the blending modes, because Adobe Animate don't support all of the blending modes. And for example, the blending mode layer is going to be converted to the blending mode normal. normal. In some cases this can damage the vectors, in other cases the difference is like almost nothing. But for me it looks fine, so yeah. Now I am going to get a camera tool, and if you cannot see the camera tool, you can go in here like so, and maybe you are going to have a camera tool in here. In that case, for example, I can show you with the bone tool, but probably you are going to have the camera tool in here. You can just drag it in here like so, but you can click the camera like so, and it is going to create you the camera, or you can just go with the shortcut C and it is going to create you camera like so. Now what I would like to do is I would like to extend my timeline. So the layer 1 I can rename, but I do not need to because I have only one layer. But I will go maybe to frame, I don't know, 250, and I am going to select both of the layers, and I will go with F5, or you can just right click and insert the frame just to extend the timeline. Now with the camera, what I can do is I can zoom in like so and like this, and yeah. And if you cannot see things outside of the stage, there is this option clip content outside of the stage, but yeah. So I am just going to be zooming in a little bit like so, little bit like so. Okay, this is fine. And right now I am not holding shift, control, anything. I will just move with my camera like so. So sometimes the camera works like this, that I go to the left and it goes to the left. Sometimes it works inversely, I don't know why, but basically you need to position yourself like so at the left side, little bit less, so maybe something like this. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I will go to frame maybe 180 or 200. I can go with 180, and I'm going to create new keyframe, F6, or you can right click, insert the keyframe. And on this new keyframe, I am just going to move to the right like so, little by by little, until I will get somewhere here. Okay, this is fine. And now I will just go anywhere in between. I will right click and I'm going to choose create classic twin, and this is basically what we are going to have. Now I can go ahead and test this in the browser, so I will go with Ctrl R and Command N. No, Control Enter, Command Enter, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, I recommend you to save your file, because when we are going to have vectors like so, it's possible that your animate is going to like crash or something like that. Depends on your PC and so on. So yeah, I'm not going to save this, but I would recommend you to. So yeah. So basically, I can go one more time. Control Enter, Command Enter. We are going to have just the animation like so. Okay, and now. This animation by default is going to be looping forever, so it is going to be animating until here, then it is going to stay, and then when it's going to hit this 250, it will loop from the beginning. Now what I would like to do is I would like to zoom out, so I will go maybe to frame 210. I am going to create new keyframe, F6, and I am going to go with C to get my camera options, and I am going to just zoom out like so and like so and like so. Okay, and now I am going to move. So right now it's behaving inversely. I don't know why, but right now when I go to the left, it's go to the right. So this is a little bit strange, but yeah, basically you need to manage to put your artwork like so maybe something like this. Okay, and I can go anywhere in between. I can right click and I'm going to choose create classic twin, and right now we are just going to have this animation that it is going to zoom out like so, and I will click on this keyframe and I'm just going to create some kind of easing. So I will just go to the classic ease in the properties. I will go with easy in out, and I will go with this first option. This will just make the animation at the beginning a little bit slower, then faster, and then slower again. So I am just going to double click, and yeah. For this animation from left to the right, I do not want easing. I would like this to be linear, but when we are going to zoom out, I would like this to be with easing. So right now I can go with Control Enter, Command Enter one more time to see this in the browser, and basically we are going to to have this animation, and then it is going to zoom out like so. If we would like to, we can also create zoom at the beginning, so I can zoom out on my timeline like so, and I'm going to select all of the keyframes with the shift, and I'm going to move them a little bit to the right like so. This can be a little bit issue. Let me go back a couple of times. Okay. It seems like my animate almost crashed, but yeah. It can be a little bit issue to select them when you are like zoom out like so. So what we can do basically is we can move the first one by maybe 40 frames like so. Then I am going to do the same thing with this one. So I am going to move this by 40 frames to 250, and I am going to move this one by 40 frames to maybe 220 or something like this. Okay, and now what I can do is I can duplicate this keyframe. So I am just going to hold Alt or Option, and I am going to click and drag, and I am going to put it to the beginning like so. And I am just going to one more time create classic twin, and I am going to create an easing, so I can go with easy in out. I will double click, and basically this is what we are going to have. So I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter to see this in the browser, and we are just going to zoom in. Then we are going to have the animation, and then we are going to zoom out like so. Okay, I will show you one more way how you can do this, because we can do this also without the camera tool and with the scale. And I will also show you that we can use like JPEG instead of the vector, because with the vector there it depends on like if the complexity of the vector is like too much, then you can have a little issues. So I can go to the Photoshop, and I am going to create new file like so, and I am going to choose some width and height. But what width and height am I going to choose? So what I can do right now, once I have this in the Adobe Animate, is I can see like how big is this when this is like so. So what I could do is I can go to the view, and I can go to the rulers, and I am going to go to the selection tool, and I am going to get a ruler like so. So right now this is like when we are zoomed in with the camera, and I am going to double click. So this is like -15, and I am going to put the ruler at the end like so, and this is like 1200 and something. So what I can do is in the Photoshop I can create the width, which is going to be like 1250, like 1250, and now I can get the height. But you can create this approximately in the Photoshop, but I can get it right now precisely. So this is going to be like -220, and this is going to be like 610, so it's like 800 something. So I will go to the Photoshop, and I'm going to make the height to be 850, and I'm just going to click create. And now what I can do is I can go to the Adobe Illustrator, and basically I can drag this vector. I will go to the selection tool. I can drag this to the Photoshop like so. And in the Photoshop I can scale this, so I will just hold Alt to go from the center like so. So maybe something like this. Okay, this is fine. You do not need to do this, you can use the vector, but I just wanted to show you that there is also an option to go instead of the vectors with the image. And now I am just going to save this. So I will go to the file, I will go to the export, I will go with export as, and I am going to choose that this is going to be JPEG. And now the quality, you can go with like quality 7, but then the file size is going to be pretty big. And in Adobe Animate for like HTML5 banners, we have some limits. So I will go maybe with quality 4, it's going to be like 764 kilobytes, 5 is going to be like 98. I will go with 4. and I am just going to go with export, and I am going to save this. So I will just create very quickly new folder which I am going to call to be JPEG, and I am going to call this to be image1, and I am going to click save. And yeah, and now I can go to the Adobe Animate, and I am going to create new document. So I will go with Control N, Command N, and I am going to one more time go with the 600 by 400. So I will go 600 by 400 like so, and I am just going to click create. And now I am going to put the JPEG in there, so I am just going to drag this in here like so. And if you would like to use this with the camera tool, what you would do is you would scale this down with the shift like so, and like so. And yeah, and right now you would the same way go with the C with the camera. You could zoom in, and you could go with Control Enter, and yeah, so that would be one of the options. But let me delete this like so. And now what I'm actually going to do is I am going to delete this, and I'm going to drag this one more time in here like so. And now what I can do basically is I am going to have this bigger like so. So I am just going to I can click this clip content outside of the stage to see how this is going to be looking. So I can position this as I want. I can unclick this if I want, and I will have to convert this to the symbol to be able to animate this, because in this one we wasn't animating the image, we was animating the camera. But if we want to animate the image or vectors, we will have to convert it to the symbol. So I will click on this, I will go to the modify, I will go to convert to symbol or F8, and I am going to call this to be symbol 1. That's fine. And I will go maybe one more time to frame 180 like so, F6, new keyframe. And now I am going to with my shift to stay on the same line, move this like so, and I am just going to create classic twin. So create classic twin, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. And I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and I am going to have this like so. And then what I can do is very simply I can create the new keyframe. So I will go to 210 F6, and I am just going to with the Q free transform tool and shift scale this down like so, shift to stay with the proportions. And right now I can position this. I can position this with my arrows, or I can position this with my mouse. I can scale this down a little bit, but yeah. And I am just going to one more time the same way create classic twin, and the same way I am going to let me go to the easing. So I will go to the classic easy in out, the first option, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, this is going to disappear immediately, so I can extend this little bit. So I can go maybe to frame 230, and I'm just going to click F5 or right click, insert the frame. And right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, we are just going to have the same animation. And we are going to have the same zoom and so on. So yeah, basically this is it. This is all. And the same way, if we wanted to have a zoom at the beginning, we could move the keyframes like so. And yeah, but that's something that I already showed you. So yeah, last thing that I want to show you, I can go with one more document like so, and I will go very quickly the same 600 and 400. So you can use the camera tool, or you can use the scale for both of them, even if you are going to have the JPEG or if you are going to have the vector. So if you would have the vector like so, I will drag this one more time like so. What I would do basically is I would scale this up the same way as my JPEG was scaled like so. So this is just the vector, and right now I could animate this the same way. But yeah, I am going to delete this, and I'm going to delete all of this document, and yeah. So yeah, basically this is it. This is all. And as I told you at the beginning, in this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can prepare this kind of banners for the Google Ads, but I am going to provide a link in the description for the tutorial where I am showing that. And maybe in this tutorial I can at least show you how you can export this. But we have two documents, so we can, for example, go with the first one. So this is with the vector, so I am just going to go with Ctrl S to firstly save this. So I will go to the place where I would like to have this, and I will go to the tutorial, and I'm going to create a new folder which I am going to call to be animate, and I will go inside the animate folder, and I'm going to call this to be camera or Christmas or anything, and I'm going to click save like so. And now if I go to that place, animate, I am going to have some animate file. I am going to have some recover animate file, but that's the same. But as soon as I go with Control Enter or Command Enter to see this in the browser, while this is going to be saved, it is automatically going to publish me some JavaScript, some HTML, and some images. I am going to delete this from here like so, and like so, because I would like to put this to the separated folder. So I can go to the file, I can go to the publish settings, and in the tutorial for the Google Ads, I am explaining all of the stuff, because there is like option to export this as a texture, sprite sheet, image assets, and so on. For now I am going to keep this as a texture, but in the tutorial I am explaining all of the stuff. So yeah, but in here I can click this select publish destination, and you can choose you can create any folder anywhere on your PC, but I will go to the place where I have my animate file in here. You cannot see it, but it is in here, and in here I can create a new folder which I can call to be index, for example. You can call it as you want, and I am going to call this to be camera.js or index.js, and I am just going to click save, okay, file, and publish. And right now I can go to that index folder, and I can double click on this HTML, and it is going to open me this in the browser. And yeah, so basically this is it, this is all. If anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope that you are going to be able to use this in some kind of your projects. You can use the image or you can use the vector, but maybe I showed you at the beginning, I don't know, the other tutorial where I have like this building animating, the houses that are animated, and in that case I cannot use one JPEG. In that case I have to use vectors, or I have to use multiple PNGs. But yeah, this is it, this is all. Thank you very much, have a nice day, and goodbye.